think you, right? You want to connect into your Confluence, boom, sign in, you're done. Clay, we don't have that set up just yet, but Agent knows a fair amount about the Clay implementation. So if you drop in like an export from Clay, or you set up a connection to your Clay spreadsheet, you will be able to do some interesting things in Replit. And there was a really cool example that somebody did around that. If you go, let me look it up here. I'll plug to it now. But somebody, what they did is they built a cool. So let me bring this up here and I'll just show it live. Okay. So this is Yusuf. I like him. Follow him on LinkedIn. He's cool. So he went into Clay and he built this really cool enriched data set. It's similar to Exa. So if you like Exa, you're going to like Clay. But then he went into Replit and he built this custom dashboard. So like, it's like doing research on like things that these prospects have posted in X and in LinkedIn, and it's mapping their personalities, a custom Replit dashboard. And so check this out. You have like the CMO at Google, and here's like the personality chart. Like here's like the different variables. Turns out this person is extrovert. This whole custom dashboard was built on Replit, again, using data from Clay, but this custom like really cool experience is on Replit. Now, imagine building this for yourself, and then imagine making this available to your entire team. How cool would that be? That would be amazing. And then imagine selling subscriptions to this. So you can like with Replit, we talk about making things easier. With Replit, there's also authentication that we make super easy. So like that's native. And so you can put authentication on your application, and you can start taking payments. A little bit more on that later on and future live streams about how easy we're going to make that. And then boom, you have a working application. How cool is that? I think that's so cool.
It's amazing. Yeah, actually, I like answered a couple of different questions that have come in, or different suggestions how to improve just by that kind of mini demo itself. So yeah, awesome to see.
All right, I'm looking at your chat here. Anything else that we need to call out?
I kind of talked a little bit about it. Gabrielle said follow-up email suggestions. So the agent will see if they responded or not and suggest a response to keep on that lead, which I think kind of like covered within that example as well.
Yeah, I would love to build out a sequencer, a custom sequencer in this dashboard, because that's always one of the what's always been annoying for me is to keep track of emails and responses and like keep them like separately because they're all mixed up with my own email. So I would love to have an email sequencer, and that for if you don't know what that is, it's like 5 emails that get shot out like in a row over like say like a period of time, like every day or every other day. And then be able to see like any responses and then be able to respond directly in my client, in my custom app, because I have all the information there straight from my dashboard, not have to go into Gmail, wherever my email service is. So that's the other thing that I was thinking about. But yeah, I encourage you, like, again, this is perfect. Like, I would say like after this live stream, take a moment to jot down all of your idea and like what would make your life easier as you're trying to do this. Put them on a piece of paper and then think about which ones you want to go out and build. And I'll have a little bit more direction on that a little bit later in the stream. But that's a great suggestion.
Awesome. And going back a little bit towards the beginning, I got a great question here from the community about events tomorrow. Ryan asked about, what we're up to at the hackathon taking place in San Francisco. So actually, we were talking earlier about the Stripe integration that we're hoping to make things simpler, and folks are asking when it's coming out. That's actually going to be one of our early beta opportunities to test that out. So for folks that are creating a business, you'll be able to kind of see the latest integration. And if you're interested in kind of scaling what you're already building, this will be a great chance to kind of see where it's going to next. And again, a very simple plugin to be able to kind of build. And of course, there's going to be prizes for folks that are getting together and kind of like learning how to use it. Mainly, it's about getting together in a room with the local community, building together, learning how to kind of vibe code to the next level, and yeah, learning along the way.
Awesome. Somebody asked me, I love that example. I just like this so much. It was so good. I remember seeing it and I was like, yeah, Yusuf, you got it, bro. It's exactly it, man. Like you get to like build whatever you want on top of your data, whether that's Notion, HubSpot, Clay. Okay, like what can you do with that? And then also, how do you make that available to your team and how do you monetize that? There's just so much there. Let's see here. Okay, cool. We'll keep going. If you've got a really pressing question that we missed, please drop it again in the chat. There's a lot of like great stuff coming in, which is awesome, but we're missing some of it too. Okay, so let me go back here to sharing my screen. Okay, I love going on detours. That's great. If you want me to go to something else, please let me know. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to show you was my dashboard, our dashboard here we worked on last week. So if you want to get a head start and get all of this and jump off from this point, Replit makes it really easy with these templates. You can remix it. You can click here on remix and you can create your own version of this. Now it's going to be a little tricky. You're not going to have all the HubSpot data that I have to power this. You can do one of two things. You can connect it to your own data. You can probably figure out a way to pull in the CSV and still put it in the app and still see what it does. Or you can ask me to go through in detail how to get this set up with HubSpot and how to set up the data in HubSpot so you see exactly what I'm seeing. Put it in the chat. You let me know where you want to take this. So if I go to my apps and I go to the sales dashboard here. Okay, so now this is my build here. And again, like the idea is like, I'm here and I'm like, okay, wouldn't it be cool if, wouldn't it be helpful if, and that's kind of like, what I want you to be asking yourself. And I thought like, I think it would be helpful if in addition to seeing how people are doing like in general in terms of closing deals, also see it by category type. So in the past, I've been part of sales orgs, and we have a campaign or targets for a particular period. So this period is going to be all about additional platform licenses, or we're going to really focus on the airline space or on heavy machinery. And so I thought like it would be cool to be able to track it by type, by deal type. And so what I like to do is I just kind of like to build with you and kind of show you and walk you through that process in terms of how to do that. So I'm here in this template. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remix this because I don't want to change this for you. I'm going to create a version of this, and I'm also going to show you how to remix it so you can see that process. So that and take this template, and I'm just saying like Manny demo Z, live stream. And I can make it private or public. I'm going to pay it account core, so I can make it private. Otherwise, it has to be public for you. And now I'm going to have a fresh version of this to work with. And this makes it great for me to be able to share the things that I'm building with you. And I try to do this regularly. And it also makes it easier for you to just jump off from where I am right here. Now, you're not going to get the same experience because you don't have your HubSpot account hooked up and you don't have the HubSpot data plugged into this application. But you can walk through that and I can show you how to do that. I already have this set up so you can see that all the data is already populating. And so when I'm thinking about building a new feature, I think about, okay, like what level of difficulty is this going to be? And so like this new feature of like a new segment by deal type, I think like, not quite easy, but not terribly hard either, kind of like somewhere in the middle. And I have edit mode. You can click on something and change the text. So if you click on this text, you can change the formatting, the verbiage, nice, easy way to make changes. And then you have plan mode. I love plan mode. This was released like maybe 3 weeks ago, and I was so happy about it because me and some other folks were talking about how we were having to do this manually by telling agent like, don't code anything, like just like plan for right now. And so now we have like just like something to the effect of this, of saying, okay, testing. Okay, let me make sure that's working. Okay, perfect. So, all right. So I would like to add some new functionality where I want to be able to track the type of deal over time by a salesperson. So there are different types of sales that are happening here. I think there's like an enterprise sale. There's a platform sale type. How do I track that? What do you recommend? Do you think I should add this to the existing UI, or should I create a new tab? Give me a little bit of guidance here.
And while some of those comments drop in, oh, sorry about that. Looks like it's already thinking. For question over for later is, when you created that dashboard, did you upload an image mock-up of the layout, or was that all text prompt? So anyways, we can kind of come back to that later.
Okay, what I did here is I went into GPT-5 and I asked it for an image of like a really cool sales dashboard. And I looked it over. I like, yes, that's kind of what I want, that style. And then I think I used that image as reference into the original prompt. And so, the nice thing about, again, so like, when you go into those prompts, like the more context, typically the better. sales dashboard, reference the image for styling. And then it will do that. You can also just drop big, large chunks of text. And then, I think if I recall correctly, what I did is I had like a pretty good prompt that's pretty detailed in terms of what I wanted. And then I mocked up like a quick image just to kind of like see what I want. Cause honestly, I don't know what I want either at the beginning. And so I'm going to different images, like, oh yeah, that's the one I want. Okay. Then I put it into Replit and say like, okay, this prompt, this app that does these things functionally, and then check out this image. I really like this image. Try to incorporate that into the design. And Replit does an amazing job of that. Like I am oftentimes just like dumbfounded in terms of how like the fidelity from image in terms of what I put in there, like UI, to what it cranks out is like I don't believe it. It's crazy. So let me close that out. And so that's the route that I went there. Close these out because I have too many windows here. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
So yeah. All right. So then and pretty much what I'm doing is I'm trying to educate myself because I don't know this either. Again, I'm a vibe coder. I don't know like the data models and all that. I don't know what I should be doing, but AI has a pretty good sense of this. This is not a new problem for AI. And so I'm saying hey, like I have, AI says like it has a recommendation for me. You're already tracking deal types, perfect in the data model, awesome. So we can have like a different dashboard, sales rep details. My recommendation is to add, and here's the cool, to add a new deal analytics or sales insight page rather than cramming it into an existing dashboard. Okay, that's super helpful. And it's going to give me some focus. Like, why is this better? Focus analysis, better user experience, scalability, navigation. This is like having like a top tier architect in your pocket educating you on what you should be building. And you're getting educated on how to do this. So the next time you talk to an engineer, you're going to have more knowledge on this. This is astounding. Okay, then okay, what would you like to see on the page? Time-based charts, sales represent comparisons. Okay, what does it want me to do? So I could just say like, okay, great recommendation. I appreciate that. Yeah, go ahead and build that and take a first crack at it. And you tell me, based on your recommendation, what do you think is helpful? And yes, I agree that having a separate tab around deals and deal analytics, that's the right route to go. And if you notice, like I'm not giving it precise guidance. Like I'm not exactly like putting together like a detailed essay here. It's like I'm talking to another person here. It's just crazy. Like, and here's like the transcription and like it's all over the place. But AI, it's like talking to a person and knows what I want. It's like, okay, perfect. Like, okay, awesome, Manny. Like, I got your plan. Here's what we're gonna do. Blah blah blah. And then because I'm in plan mode, it's gonna come back and say like, okay, Manny, like, can I start planning now? And I can say, yeah, looks good. Do it. Plan this. I'd rather go ahead and transition into build mode and build this out. Okay, I want to show you. I did this earlier today before the live stream. I did a kind of took a stab at this. So I want to show you the end product there. But I also want to take questions. We're already at time. Can you believe it, Francisco? This
So
is
fast,
great.
very impressive.
It's gone by when. Here's the warning, guys and gals. When you start vibe coding, it can get a little addictive. Okay, once you start seeing this come to life, and once you might start today, you might go through the entire weekend vibe coding your application. So, Francisco, let me know if you see any cool comments or questions that we should address. Somebody asked, where is the voice input coming in? Okay, I'm using a tool called Whisperflow. And essentially, Whisperflow is a transcription application. And so I will just initiate that with the shortcut. It'll come up and say, hey, this is a response. Somebody asking what software I'm using, Whisperflow. And then I end it, and then it drops in here. Sorry, it's not Whisperflow. Yeah, Super Whisper. There is another service called Whisperflow. But I would highly recommend that you get yourself one of these transcription services because as you can see, it's like I'm having a conversation with another person and I'm just like dropping it in there and we're kind of going back and forth. I think eventually, it's going to be, and I wouldn't put it past the Replit team to have this out like in a couple of weeks. But I think eventually that'll be natively within the application itself. And it's not just going to be repeating the text. It's almost going to be like going to give me the detailed text and then going to summarize the text for me. It's going to say like, hey, Manny, like, here's all the things that I'm doing. Check this out. Like analytics API point, blah, blah, blah. So it's going to be like the AI is going to be generating the code and giving me the detailed output, but also going to give me commentary on top of that in a very natural type. That's where I see it all going. And so, but yeah, in the meantime, Super Whisper is what I use, and then there's a bunch of other transcription services that you can leverage as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'm actually a huge fan of it, not just for Replit, but just in general when I'm writing out emails or anything else like messages. I live on Slack a lot, and it's been very, very helpful to kind of just, transcribe and just edit as I go. So yeah, very, very awesome. And then someone mentioned, yeah, like it can get addicting. Absolutely. I think Raymar is still in the chat, may not be, but I get messages from him late nights on weekends and during other times when he's building and kind of getting things up and going. So yes, please, please be careful. And it's always just so much fun when you dive in.
And then you can check out my channels as well. If you go to mannybernabe.com, I've got all of my channels there. I'm pretty active on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So I try to share builds, tutorials, templates. So if you're into, and it's a lot of it's Replit based. So if you're into that, definitely check out those resources and give me a follow on YouTube and LinkedIn and X.
We also have
Like
a
this is somebody
community.
here.
Oh, whoops. Yes. Very addicting. I completely agree.
Telling you. Somebody
But
saying
yeah,
hello, I'm day 65. Sorry, but just go ahead.
That's very good. This is great to see. We have a community discourse where you can also get an invitation and kind of get together with other builders. Our Reddit community is also growing. We're also kind of like finding new ways to support it. So the Replit Reddit community is great. Andrew, I believe it's Davidson, who does Replit Builders, which is a subreddit, a newsletter, and a small community as well, has an amazing kind of created group of folks that are always kind of building and helping each other out. And also Victor, Replit Builders on X with Victor. He has community office hours where it kind of opens up his calendar. And like, if you have anything you're specifically want help with or anything kind of along those lines, he will kind of jump on a call with you and kind of work it through with you. And it's totally free. It's like he's just trying to give back to the community. And on that note, I got a couple of questions on the community side. Are we going to have any events on the East Coast anytime soon? Yes, we actually just had an event with Revenue Cat this past Wednesday. The team was super excited just to kind of meet some of our power users. And we're hoping to have one over there as well, probably New York City before the end of the year within like the Replit office there. And then in terms of events moving forward, there's a question here just on a weekly basis. Yes, we actually love to make this live stream more of a kind of a weekly, cadence. And one of the things that we're working on right now is kind of just like building out some of the infrastructure, kind of making sure we understand what people want to see. Please let us know in the comments what you like to see. I think we're hearing a lot of requests for kind of like more like live builds and the kind of like actual examples of us kind of building as we go. Today was kind of a little bit more of a, I guess a trial into that area. So expect that kind of coming up very, very soon. And we probably will do a break, if not this coming week, the following week. But after that, I love to kind of do it on a weekly basis. We're kind of like ideating with Manny. Earlier this week, we were just kind of jamming together and thinking about, what could be cool? What could we do next? So yeah, please let us know. But yes, much more to come very, very soon.
Definitely. And this is sort of a newer motion for us. Previous streams that we've done, what parts really resonated with you? We're gonna send a follow-up email after this with the recording and a link to the template. You can respond to that and say like, Manny and Francisco, really love that you covered this. This was awesome. And so the more that we hear from you, the better that we can fine tune this to have this be like the best, most valuable hour of your whole week. That's what I ultimately would aim for with with these streams.
Absolutely. Yeah. More to come soon.
With that, there's a bunch of comments there as well, like around like Replit being addicted. So check that out. And so, okay, so this is what I did earlier. I just wanted to show you the end result. So, it's still cooking. And, the other thing is you can change the autonomy here. I think I had it on low. Okay. So here is from earlier today. So here is the service analytics tab. So now, what agent recommended is to have two separate components here. And I asked the same question earlier, and I said, yeah, go ahead and do it. So I have like this separate tab, separate service analytics, and I can see here like, okay, for this quarter, in terms of revenue, okay, I have that, that's fine. But platform licenses, number one. Okay, cool. Which deals? Who? Okay, I got Jennifer Kim, David Park platform licenses. Okay, managed services. Who's closing these deals? Yes, David. That's the focus for this quarter. Thank you, David, for doing that. Integration services. Average deal size, number of deals. Who's doing it? Jennifer Kim. Awesome. Maybe she needs more support. implementation services. So this is one prompt. And so this is what I mean. Like, again, you want to build something, just start with building the most simplest thing you can that's most like functional and interesting. And then you just say like, it would be cool if, wouldn't it be awesome if, it would be helpful if, my team might find it helpful if, I would impress my boss if I could do this. And then you just ask yourself those questions, and you're gonna come up with like so many things that you can build. With that, I think, Francisco, should we start closing it out? I think we're over time already.
Yeah,
If there
that
any
would
like
be awesome. But yeah, thank everyone. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been too much fun. That's kind of what we talk about.
time is just going by. Okay, cool. So I've got last requests for everybody. Again, give us your feedback. Post it on X, LinkedIn. Tell us. You can DM me. You can send us emails. But I want to just have one like core action item for all of you. And I think it's time to build. Like again, I go back that to this concept that everybody is a builder now. And if you really want to understand what this phenomenon is about, then there's no replacement for you actually getting in Replit and building something yourself. To really understand this and to really appreciate it, you have to have something come to life. So I encourage you to do that. I think you can do that one of two ways. As I suggested earlier, sit down and brainstorm. What have been the most tedious parts of your week? What would be cool to build? How would you impress your boss? What would you want to share with someone? What is the application that you would want to see out in the world? I spoke to a 60-year-old guy. He wanted an NFL draft analyzer or simulator. He built it himself. So get those questions, just spend 5 to 10 minutes jotting out all those different ideas. Take those suggestions, put them into Chat GPT or Claude, and go through the different options and think about which ones are hard, which ones are easy. Pick one, break it down, say like, oh, okay, what components do I need? And then say, give me a prompt so that I can build this out in Replit. Take that prompt, put it in Replit, use the prompt optimizer, and just start chatting with Replit agent. Have a conversation like you saw me do, just back and forth. So this is like the easy, like should be the easy route for you. And I'm asking all of you, especially if you've never vibe coded, please take 1 hour before the end of the week to do this. It might change your life. And I'm trying not to be hyperbolic on this, but I've seen it enough times that it will potentially alter your career and where things are heading for you. So just take 1 hour to take action and to do this. If you're already an experienced builder, then what you can do is you can take that template that I share with everybody and you can try to make it your own. So you can put in your own data, you can connect it to HubSpot, you can add on to it, and you can kind of take it from there. There is someone in the audience that is just going to rip through the weekend on something they're going to start today. If that's you, definitely post that on X and LinkedIn on Monday. I want to see what you built. I already know by like just the probabilities. I've seen it enough times. Like there's somebody in this audience that is going to build something amazing on Monday, if not sooner. And it's going to be the first thing they build, and you're going to be so pumped about it. So if that's you, definitely share that and definitely tag me. I want to see it.
Awesome. Yeah, we can't wait to see it. And again, thank you all so much for joining. We really appreciate it. It was like awesome to see all the comments and everything else in between. It was absolutely great. So thank you so much. I'll be sending out an email soon. Feel free to reply there with any suggestions or feedback. And then if we're not back next week, the week after, we'll for sure kind of back up.
All right, y'all. So now I wanted to replace this image. This is an app that I built actually in 2024, but I needed to work on it because I have wanted to use it. Send some people to it with that video right there. There's a couple of more videos, so I needed to change the image out and put this video up here. But as you can see, it has destroyed. This was a game that basically orientates you to digital real estate. Was the idea? Oh, well, it's saying that I need to do a hard refresh, which then that would end the video. But I don't even know why I would need to do that anyway. Like I got this to come up without doing a hard refresh on the whole on the whole window. It said check and tell me if the whole app is here or is it still broken. Why do I have to do a hard refresh? I seen this change right here without doing a hard refresh. So why do I have to do a hard refresh? Verified. You're absolutely right. Let me check what's actually showing. in your preview right now. I can tell you what's showing in the preview right now. Nothing. Not the game. The game is completely broken right now. I'm telling y'all, challenge it sometimes. Don't just, I'm telling you, act just like a human sometimes. It's going to tell me to go and do a hard refresh, this and the other. It's working fine. Ain't even check. Telling me it's working fine because you're assuming that it's working fine because you did something. You tapped the table twice and said that that was going to fix it. So now you're just saying that it's working fine. Just like a human sometimes. So then you say, check it and make sure before I do this. It's an inconvenience to do this. So that's what I'm saying. Challenge it, check it. That image got to be, the image is not the right size. And it will check. And a lot of times you'll find this right here, like, oh, yeah, you're right. It is still broke, you know. Let's see. So I guess I'll show y'all how to this actual game. Well, I can't because I done published this broken one. Game cards are generated by JavaScript, which is completely broken due to a syntax error. Oh, man, I'm sitting here waiting. I forgot I had it in player mode. Oh, man, I don't even know what's going on. The entire game is gone, and so I can't even say it's not working. It's not here at reset the game. See what that does. Oh, that worked. Let me restart the server. Oh, that ain't how it was. That ain't how it's supposed to work, though. There you go. I hear the sound.
Going on, good people?
That's the bad part about using YouTube. I gotta get another host. It was fixed, but your browser's still showing no, it ain't. It's working. Issue was straight code. So anyway, well, let's see if the scores work. So what this is different domain names, domains that I own. Yeah, we're keeping this. Oh, I hadn't made one. That's right. Okay. I'm not good at this. You know, at any time, even during the game, I just went through it. You can hit on the card and you can say learn why. And on the back, it's going to tell you why the value is what it's valued at. And it's going to give you ideas of how to, ideas for the domain name. So, what was this? Desert Cottage. So some ideas are desert vacation rentals, Southwestern Retreat Center, rustic hospitality brand. Why is it evaluated like that? Evocative imagery, perfect for hospitality, vacation rentals, or retreat. Basically, it can easily give you the vision of what other things up here, basically, that it said it could be used for. And then it says, hey, you interested in it? You can make an offer right here. So then you can fill out this information. And if you're interested, you can send me an offer. And so all of them are like that. It's the game. And so this might give you an idea on turning something. I mean, you know, and this is in my wheelhouse of the types of things that I do, of course, that I'm working on, and it's all related. And so you might think of something that's similar. Now, what this is right here is a video that I basically was just in the woods, and I had on this shirt, which is a shirt that I made, which I'm going to start selling on Amazon. This was not planned, actually, but I was out here and I just started shooting a video, and then I started talking about digital real estate, or vice versa, something like that. Anyway, once I get started, I just keep going. And so I'm like, okay. Then, y'all don't want to know about all that. Anyway, that's why I was telling you, because it might give you ideas. So I did shoot some video. Actually, that's what it was. I was going to shoot some clips for the T-shirt. And I'm talking about the T-shirt and the real estate. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to put this long video up here on top of this page. And even in the T-shirt ad, I mentioned the digital real estate. And I put a link. So when they come over here, then it'll connect, if that makes sense. And I'm working on the actual course right now. So they can come over here and they can get this, play with this, and get orientation to it. And actually, I'm about to go back over here and tell it I need a dashboard. And then with the dashboard, when I get it done, I'm gonna put a link up under here. So basically, I'm telling them about it, but I'm not trying to sell them anything, at least not directly, but I'm sending them here so they can play the game. And if they're interested, then, they'll come back and check it out again. Or by the time the weekend over, I have a link on here that goes to form to collect emails as well. So I'm telling you all that so that if you have an idea of an app that you can build that is something like a gateway, a top of funnel, where you can collect leads or start building your list, then this might give you an idea. That's why I'm sharing it with you. All right, so now let's start this thing off and start work. Well, let me republish it again so I can get a working version up. And then I'm going to the rest of what I'm going to do is build a dashboard so that I don't have to come back in Replit to switch stuff out. But I can switch out the video with an image and with a link up under it when I want to. And also get some analytics on visitors and everything. Oh, deploy that quick. All right. Well, let's test it and see if it's updated. Of course, my buddy just hit me up by the cookout, so I don't know what time they're going over there. If you want to play it, digitallandgrab.com. All right. So that's working version is up now. I need an admin dashboard that will allow me to log in and change the YouTube video. Also make it an image if I want to. I also need to be able to put a heading over and a URL below the video if I want to. Also, some basic analytics or visit in a place to put tracking code or Google and Facebook. I still be calling Facebook Meta. I do have the privacy page and affiliate page. Excellent. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh, now let me add the dynamic loading and tracking scripts. I'll add this right after the opening script tag. Now I need to update the main page to load content dynamic. Okay, let's go, man. Yeah, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, almost 4 o'clock. I'll be playing. Told me my stuff was coming today. You know how they do. Now it says tomorrow. Great. Both pages, huh? Press serve and update replit.grab.com. All right, I might as well pause, you guys. I suppose you don't want to sit here through all of this. So, I was getting ready. All right, where we at? I was letting y'all back in because I thought it was coming close to action, but based on the window over here, but where's the app? I have no idea. I just made a rhyme. You guys, we'll be going to the DR on Tuesday, I think. So, if any of y'all just so happen to be coming out that way, I think like I have an audience. Okay, I should have got SQQQ. His birthday is next week. Man, just get y'all my login, man. Oh, it said change it though. Oh, that's what's going on. Oh, okay. I ain't even reading. All right. So y'all already see it anyway. So let's there and what happens. Is it talk? Where am I typing this in at? Yeah, I guess. No, I mean it. Probably need to read the entire thing. What do you think? Might help me out there. Bad. Maybe I'll cut all this out once you logged in. Only function and then don't. Page is now working, huh? What's going on? Told you it's just like a person. Instead of just putting a link on the home page to the admin, it's telling me to type in the URL for the admin. And then it goes, you're absolutely right. Let me add a simple link on your home page so you can just click and go to the admin. Much easier than typing it in the URL. Well, that's just the main concern is Where is it? Let's see. Okay. Let's get ready to say I call myself publishing a working version. Did I or didn't I? So at least that's here working. And probably the best practice from here, since everything is working there, is to fork it before making all of these changes. It's not a whole lot of changes. It's just a dashboard I have going on. Yeah. November inauguration. Aproximadamente. Aquí nos vemos. November 1st. We will inaugurate the project. November the 1st. So, this is October, right? Man, I'll be tripping. Yeah, yes, okay. I'll do that. Okay. Why the message according to Replit's docs, this notification appears on Replit's automatic for port 5000 configured should be exposed in the port automatic. Since you saying it's an error, on what line? For those days, I put you guys on pause. All right, you guys. Wait, major event, snorkeling. Man, that's the regular stuff, man. Dig the local bars. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, there's the video. All right. So I'm going back. I'm going to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to do a rollback to after I got the video done. Yeah. Before I asked it to create the admin panel. And now I need, all right, right here. So I'm going to, you know what? Now I've done this before. I don't know if you remember. Where I just initiated it again from here. No, I rolled it back to here. And then it attempted to do the thing again. Let me try that. Let's just see. This will verify. Hey, look at that. See what I'm saying? So let's roll back to this checkpoint. That's actually a rollback to right after doing it. Let's see what happens. Because that's exactly what I did last time. I was going to roll it back prior to the instructions. But I was like, no, I'm going to do it right under and see what that does. Let's say I roll back. What you want me to do now? Did I copy that? Man, I don't think I copied it. Let's see if I copied it. Well, it didn't work like last time. Cause last time I copied it. All right, so go. Tell it to do it again. I'm tripping because it's not even. It wasn't even showing the preview. I should have went back up another window. So this did not work out the way it did last time. So I was hoping to establish a pattern. Something you want to be very keen on picking up on. Actually, that's in life as well. Go through the same situations and the similar aspects happen. You just have to start recognizing patterns. But especially with this, I do things that to repeat what I remember. It might not even be the best thing, but if I remember it and I do it again, then I can see what the outcome is going to be. And if it's good, then that's something that I can do again. If it's bad, then that's something I can eliminate. But repeating something helps to etch it. Now, all right. So like I said, this didn't work. So this time I'm going before this command. Last time I went under that command. This time I'm going to roll it back before that. Because when I did not send this until this was working. So if I go, but it's saying no screenshot. But when I clicked on it, I saw this nice little beautiful something that's interesting going on. This doesn't even have a screenshot available. Database will be restored to the time. Oh, I did not restore that database though, right? Oh, that's okay. Let me go here. Screenshot available. Here we go. See that? So there's an admin panel. Look at that. What the problem is. But I'm going to go back here to where everything was showing correctly. Add admin dashboard for managing website. And we have us a preview. These changes were introduced to the admin dashboard. Let's go back here. The dashboard, but will be rolled back files and the database. Go. There it is, admin dashboard. So that may get it. I don't know what it did after that. Evidently, admin added. Okay, oh boy, it's finished. Let's see what the preview say. And a minute or two. Chat has ended. Start a new chat. Crazy. Search functionality. What's that done? 46 minutes ago, I had said nothing about doing anything with search. Didn't say anything about scoring. Oh, it's promising. I'm seeing something. You know my response for. Oh, I mean to do that. Oh, okay. So fast. Booster, huh? Trip boosters. It's me. Pillow talk. Come on, man. You know pillow talk is big dog energy. It's not finished. I'm still working over there. Leaderboard is not really gonna work accurately because there's no login. That's good enough. I was just seeing if something big enough to be on the radar happening. I'm gonna wait to get this done before I cut the video off. 10 days. Is it that? Gold color lights up when you hover over it. Hey, I like that idea. Login. Where is it at? Always at the bottom. Look at the bottom right. Oh, that was it. This is the same color. It's the landing page too, and I didn't even think about it. I just like blue and yellow. Here's the landing page. It's white. This is more purplish up here. This is blue though. I had time. All right. Did it get to change your password? Don't worry, dog. Video. Supposed to say video what? Oh, okay. Image. URL. Heading. Call to action. Okay. Great. I'm gonna change this. This seems to be good to go. And I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you for coming by. See you next time.